You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
This is the Pooja and Gurdeep Show.
From 98.1 CHFI Studios in Toronto, Canada.
Hey Toronto, this is Ed Sheeran.
This is Kelly Clarkson.
Hi, this is Bryan Adams.
This is Adele.
This is Madonna.
It's Michael Bublé, and you're listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep Show. It's fun. They're amazing.
Pooja Honda's back from Punta Cana. I'm so glad you are back. The show is so much more fun with you here.
I feel refreshed. I feel sun-kissed.
You are glowing. You are, for the first time in our friendship, you are browner than me. How did you do it? Because you've gone on vacation before, but I've never quite seen you this shade. What's the secret? Spill the beans.
Okay, so I'm pretty fair-skinned, so it's tough for me to get a tan. And usually what ends up happening when I go away somewhere is I'm so desperate for a tan that I do it in all the wrong ways, the unhealthy ways, where you don't put on sunscreen and really bad.
Don't do that.
I don't want to do that. I'm too old for that. My skin can't, it's also not good for you at all. So I thought, why don't I just, for the first time, get a spray tan?
So you did this before you went away?
Yes, and that way it takes the pressure off of trying to get a tan. I'll already look sun-kissed and everything. It'll be great.
How does a spray tan work? Because the only reference point I have is that Friends episode where Ross got a tan and he got sprayed twice on the front, and you're standing there and there's all these nozzles spraying at you in like a shower. Is that what it is?
Well, there's a person who's operating like a spray gun, if you will.
It's a person?
It's a person. Oh yeah, it's not like a car wash. You don't go in and there's nobody there.
Person with a spray gun.
Yes.
But aren't you like completely in the buck?
Yep. And I asked, because I'm new to this, I asked, I'm like, do I have to be? And the lady was lovely. She said, you don't have to be. You can, whatever you're comfortable with. She says, but most people just go fully naked. They don't want spray tan lines. And she's like, it's completely your comfort level. And it's amazing how I got in there and knew this woman for all of 60 seconds. And I'm like, let's strip. And I had no problem being completely naked. And she made me feel so comfortable.
So this like some spray Terminator where the gun comes up to you and is like, just starts spraying you.
Well, it wasn't a he, it was a she. So
Right.
maybe that made me feel a little bit more comfortable. But then also, like, she's seen it all. And she does this all day. So
how long are you standing there to dry? Like you on a clothesline? Like how does it work?
No, there's no clothesline. It's like maybe a couple of minutes after you're done getting sprayed that you wait to put your clothes on. But it's cold. So it's like the temperature of whatever's coming out of the spray gun is really cold. So you're shivering while you're naked as well.
Is it paint? Like, what is it? Is it spray paint?
Well, this is like a vegan formulation. There's no scent. It's like, it lasts for like 7 to 10 days. And not only does she have to spray you, front and back, but she got to get into some of the folds.
There's angles and stuff?
Well, you're not, I've got some rolls. She got to get into the rolls. She's got to, you've got to like bend. And
does she use like tongs or like does she just get in? How does that work?
Yeah, she's touching you. There's stuff happening, and then then she'll get you to turn around, and then she'll like analyze your arm and your leg and just make sure she got it all nice and even. So it's not like you're just naked and it's done. There's a lot involved. It's surgical.
Are you wearing goggles?
No, because they spray your face too.
What if it gets in your eye, your mouth?
You close your eyes and
I
your
don't know.
mouth.
This sounds really scary to me.
What?
I don't know. I don't think I could do this.
It was fantastic. It was a great experience. The whole thing maybe lasted 10 minutes. And
so then, like you on vacation, then what? Like you just didn't care about being in the sun because you already had your tan?
Yeah, I wasn't in the sun.
How do you do that on vacation in Punta Cana? It's all sun.
I was under an umbrella.
You're like, I didn't leave the hotel room. I did not leave the room. I got my spray tan.
I just looked at myself in the mirror and went, I'm sun-kissed. I don't need to go anywhere.
You could have spray tanned and stayed at home.
You sprayed my front twice. You never turned? No, I barely even got to 3 Mississippi.
The Pooja and Gurdeep Show.
The thing I love about December is these lists. All these lists looking back at the year come out. I love lists. You guys love lists?
Nah.
Really?
Depends if it's like my bill payment list.
No, not a bill payment.
Yeah.
Like year in review type
Yeah, I
list.
like those. I love those.
This one is out. It is the most mispronounced words of 2023. And instead of just running through them like a boring host, I've prepared a little quiz. I've got all the words.
I love how you walk in with all these little papers.
Yeah, that's right. This is why I asked you for scissors before the show.
Oh, I never should have given them to you.
All right, Boss Fan Blair, pick a card, any card.
Okay.
What did you get there?
So I say it?
Try to.
Vivek Ramaswamy.
Nailed it.
Wait, I'll try to give you. This is the Republican presidential candidate, the young, somewhat charismatic guy who's making waves.
Okay, so Vivek, I think I nailed.
Yep.
Ramaswamy. Ramaswamy.
Yeah, you didn't actually nail the first name either. It's Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek Ramaswamy.
So close.
So I'm out.
Well, you're 0 for 1. You got time to redeem yourself.
Okay.
Steph, you're up next.
Travis Kelsey.
Okay, she got the easy one. Travis Kelsey.
We already did that.
Watch this. I'm going to. Oh, perfect. This is Karl Lagerfeld's cat.
Okay.
Choupette?
Choupette?
Choupette.
What does that mean?
That's Karl Lagerfeld's cat named Choupette, and at the Met Gala it caused all kinds of confusion. How do you say it?
Chou is like cabbage. Mon petit chou. In French, you would
See,
say.
the French one.
So it's a cabbage pet?
Okay.
It's like Cabbage Patch.
It is, yeah.
Cabbage Patch.
Choupette.
Okay.
Steph's next.
Okay. Hawaii's. I got nailed that. Hawaii's Kilauea volcano.
That is incorrect. It's Kilauea.
I like that much better.
Kilauea.
Kilauea volcano.
What did you say again?
Kilauea.
Okay.
Okay. That looked like a V. Was that a U?
This is the Oppenheimer star. Is it Cillian Murphy?
That's what I always said. I thought it was Cillian Murphy. It is not.
What is it?
And I had to YouTube him in an interview pronouncing it. It's Killian Murphy.
Killian.
Oh, yes. And I heard that before,
Murphy.
too.
Yeah, that one I got wrong. Last one is
last
for you,
one.
Steph, and I got a bonus one that's going to go to one of you.
SZA.
SZA.
I love her.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Because it's
Well, it's
Kelsey?
not. It's S-Z-A.
Okay, you know what? Because
No,
Steph,
no. Give it to her.
because Steph's got the easy
Give it
one.
to Steph.
They're not easy.
This is the
I go
hardest
Kilauea
one.
Hula.
This is the hardest one, and you get it, Steph.
Okay.
It's the last one. We're closing
Okay,
out
good.
with this.
Right on. Ready?
It's also-
Mexico's.
It's a volcano.
Ooh. What? What? I can't even pronounce this. Popocatépetl.
Show it to Blair.
Popocatépetl. Go, Blair.
You're
You
just
try.
making noise.
I am.
Oh, you got it. Yeah. Popocatépetl. Yeah, Popocatépetl.
This one, I actually have to look at the pronouncer to do this one properly. You guys are pretty close. It's Popocatépetl.
Oh,
Popocatépetl.
Like-
close.
It's the volcano Popocatépetl.
So-
Whatever.
That's the volcano version of Rafe Fiennes.
basically, we're all going back to school.
I love it.
The Pooja and Gurdeep Show.
From 98.1 CHFI.
So sometimes you come across a viral trend that's so bizarre that you just have to try it. And this one is called pre-shower makeup.
So you're saying just for the sheer curiosity, even if the trend looks dumb, you just have to try it because?
I just feel like it's calling to me. And so pre-shower makeup, this is where you do a full face, you put on all the makeup you want, and then you go in the shower and you wash it all off.
What's the point? This sounds
No.
sounds very time-consuming, labor-intensive, and pointless.
It's bizarre. It's bizarre. But as I was doing a little bit more of a deep dive into why this has gone viral and why so many young women are doing this, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. Like the whole thing is that it's really to give you an opportunity to like experiment with makeup and skincare, or like maybe there's a really big, bold lipstick that you're too afraid to wear in public. This is the time where you can play. You can have fun and not think about it because you know you're going to be washing it off 5 minutes later in the shower. So it's like an expression of sorts, an outlet.
So I think back in the day, we just used to call this trying it on. And this is trying it on and then washing your face.
Sure, but
Give it a fancy title.
But who has that much time, right? Who has time to just be like, let me try this and then have to wipe it all off and then go to work? Nobody has that kind of time.
But then how are you carving out the time for, what's it called? Pre-shower makeup?
Well, you're about to shower, so you just do this right before you're about to shower.
But it still takes all the time to put it on.
Your face. Your face right now. You're like, this is the dumbest trend ever.
This is the greatest trend since silent walking that you brought us a while ago.
Young people have it all figured out, you
They
know.
do.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, this proves to me, I've gotten older. Remember, when you're young, everyone says, oh, well, history repeats itself or life goes in cycles.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense when you're like 15 or 20 because you're like, wait, I'm still in my first cycle. What are you talking about? Not I'm 40. I'm like, yeah, a lot of these trends, I'm like trying it on, silent walking, which is just going for a walk without any electronics. I think this is just history repeating itself.
It probably, but like, haven't you ever come across something like that's gone viral, a trend? Maybe it's even like a hack or a better way to like slice an avocado or whatever it might be. And then you're like, I got to try that. I got to try that.
Yeah, some of them are useful, like the hacks in the kitchen and stuff, and how to preserve your produce longer, how to pick the ripe avocado.
Cleaning hacks.
Those ones, some of those, sure. This one, not sure this one's going to be added to my docket.
Is it because you don't wear makeup?
That's what you think.
The Pooja and Gurdeep Show.
Show me the money. Show me the money. Friday was insane. Did you guys go through this roller coaster on Friday of emotions as well? You guys felt this, right, Shohei Ohtani? I took a 1 hour nap, and I feel like in that 1 hour, all craziness broke loose because it was all quiet when I went to bed at around like 1 or 2 p.m. And I woke up and I had a bajillion texts of people saying, it's happening. Sports Illustrated wrote an article. Look at it. If you Google Shohei Ohtani, the first like 5 articles are all Ohtani coming to the Blue Jays. MLB insider John Morosi, and this is what threw social media and the world into a tizzy. John Morosi, who's a great reporter, he got one wrong. He tweeted that Shohei Ohtani was on a private jet on his way to Toronto. And everyone's like, well, if he's coming to Toronto. Then, to make it even weirder, an opera singer, who's not a baseball insider, tweeted that Yusei Kikuchi, a Japanese Blue Jay pitcher, had a dinner reservation in Toronto at a sushi restaurant for 50 people. So everyone's like, Ohtani's coming in. He's going to sign. Then they're celebrating with everyone at the sushi restaurant. This is happening. So everyone's tracking N691RH. That's the name of this private. Everyone's tracking this private bird coming in. When's it landing? It was the most tracked flight in the world. And everyone's thinking this is happening. And then another insider comes out and goes, Ohtani is not on a flight to Toronto. He's not in Toronto. He's at his home in Southern California. So everyone's like, who's right? Who's wrong? What's happening? People are waiting at the airport. People were staking out hotels, sushi restaurants, waiting to see Shohei Ohtani. And in the end, it was crickets. Nothing happened. We found out Saturday he signed with the LA Dodgers for, wait for it, $700 million for 10 years.
Ooh, me too. That's what I signed on for. Yeah. So I get paid to be here every morning.
Do you think he would play? Could I pay him $1 a year for 700 million years? Could we do that instead? I could afford that one.
No, you can just pay me $1 a year. Go.
You guys know where my brain went right away, right? Math.
Yeah.
So it's the richest contract in North American sports history. $700 million for 10 years. You probably know that's $70 million US a year. So what that works out to, US dollars, he's making, this hurts, $190, for the next 10 years, he's making $192,000 a day. And this is every day, even in the off season. So like today.
Wow.
$192,000 US a year, which works out to $8,000 an hour.
Again, that's what I make.
$133. That's what I make. $133 a minute.
What?
Meaning, like, Steph, in the start of the show, you'd already would have made $1,000.
Yeah, I'm leaving in another minute.
It's amazing. Get this, $2.20 US per second.
What?
Per second.
Wow.
For the next 10 years. Even when he's sleeping, when he's in the bathroom, he's training, when he's hitting home runs. When he's
could really afford to put gas in my car if I got this. This would be fantastic.
Do you guys think this was the biggest troll job ever? Like, was he ever serious about Toronto, or was this just to get his offer from LA from $500 million to $700 million? We'll never know, but what do you guys think?
Maybe. It sounds like it. It was like one little rumor that just blew up.
Yeah. The only thing we know is he did indeed go to the Jays training facility in Florida to meet with the GM. So, like, there was a meeting. Yeah. Was it serious? Well, it was serious enough that we here at Rogers, we had to be prepared because no one knew. It was the cone of silence. Was this going to happen? We had to be prepared, so we actually went ahead and produced this in case Shohei signed.
Christmas came early, Toronto. Congratulations to the Toronto Blue Jays for signing Shohei Ohtani from 98.1 CHFI.
You know what that's like? That's like, the teams that make it to the final and produce the championship hats, and then they lose, and those hats are just That's what that piece of audio is. It's a relic lost to the ages. You're welcome.
This is the Pooja and Gurdeep Show.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
So we're just going to roast some chestnuts?
Well, I mean, do you have an open fire?
I do not have an open fire. I was going to say, I know you have a pizza oven. Can we roast them in there? Roasting chestnuts in a pizza oven.
It kind of works because it's hot. I actually don't know anything about roasted chestnuts. I can't say that I've ever even tried them.
Well, you're in luck, and so am I, because we have a roasted chestnut expert.
Wow.
An insider, if you will.
First infantry expert, now I'm a roasted chestnut
when
expert.
we were talking about this, you were like, oh, I roast chestnuts.
Yeah, we do every Christmas around this time. So you can start getting them in November and they go till like January, and you have to get the fresh ones because sometimes if they've been sitting out at the store for ages, they're not good.
Chestnuts are seasonal? You can't get them year round?
Well, you probably can, but they're not. It's like fruits and vegetables. They don't taste great.
So what are you hitting up? A little bulk barn action?
No, just my Metro. anywhere.
How do you
has
know
them.
if they're fresh? Like, what do they look like?
They won't be like dried up, so they're very shiny.
Okay.
And they're pretty and shiny. And then so you get those ones. You can kind of feel them too. They're a little bit squishy. If they're
So,
too hard, they're not good.
Is it like roasting like marshmallows? Like you put it on a skewer? Like how does this work?
No, you can't skewer them because the shell is hard. You got to put them. So what my best friend's husband does it all the time, and they have a huge cast iron pan, and he does it on the stove.
Oh, so not
but wait,
an
not
open
an open
fire.
fire?
I know, but you can do them multiple ways. You can do it on your stovetop. You can do it in the oven.
No.
But the trick is you got to cut a little X on them, which is hard. You just got to kind of
I thought that's for mosquito bites.
No, also for chestnuts. And so you cut a little X or even just a slash in them, and you crank the heat really high on your stove
Sounds
with the
safe.
cast iron. I'm sure you can do it on an open fire. I just don't have the safe place to do it with an open
It's
fire.
only romantic if it's on an open fire.
Obviously.
Really?
Oh,
I know because
the
you've
song
done it
says
so many times.
Well, I mean, roasting chestnuts in a cast iron pan? That's not a song. Come
It's
on,
not the point. The
Steph.
point is that when they're done, they're delicious.
But so when they're done, like, do you season them? Do you dip them in something?
No,
you just eat them like
crack
that?
them open. They're delicious.
Yeah, they're
just
scalding hot.
They're a little
they
bit
burn the
sweet.
roof of your mouth.
No, they don't. They don't. No. It burns your fingers because you're trying to open them while they're hot.
Oh, there we
That's
go.
Is
yeah.
there a shell?
There's a shell. Yeah.
You don't eat the shell.
No, don't eat the
Can
shell.
you add
Take
it
the
to
shell
Can
off.
you add it to a s'more to make it a little elevated?
No.
Elevated s'mores with roasted chestnuts?
Nope. That would not taste
There's no
good.
They're
marshmallows
both on an
involved.
open
No.
fire. They're like cousins.
They're on a cast iron pan on the stove or in the oven or in Pooja's pizza oven.
Well then you need to update the song.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep Show.
Okay, look at your phone right now. Unless you're driving. Look at your phone right now. If you could only keep one app, what would it be? Ridiculous scenario, I know, but it's National App Day, and we want to know what your desert island app is. What a dumb scenario we've come
Candy
up with.
Crush.
I love it. Candy Crush.
I don't even own Candy Crush.
You're stranded on a desert island. You got one app. It's Candy Crush.
I don't own Candy Crush, but if I was, I would probably download it because that's all, like I'd have to play something to keep me occupied.
It's not a bad choice because it's probably the most time vacuum game
Yeah.
app that's ever been invented. So if you got to pass the time, Candy Crush it up.
Candy Crush.
I once spent 3 hours playing Candy Crush.
What?
Yeah.
I played it for like 20 minutes and it was so frustrating. I'm like, free, I'm out.
It's too addictive.
Yeah.
I can't do it. All the colors and the sounds. It's like being at a
Yeah.
casino.
And then I want
basically.
candy. Like, it's ridiculous.
I want candy. Boss Man Blair? What's your-
Audible. I would choose Audible for sure.
Oh, that's a smart choice.
But I'd be bored. I'd be like, oh,
Well,
be
it's not
quiet.
that you'd have unlimited books, though. There
I
would
know.
have to be that caveat.
but,
But
but you're not doing anything.
One of you gave an adult choice. One of you gave a child's choice.
Yeah, Blair.
I'm not pointing fingers
I
at
am.
who did what. Very practical, boss man. I like that. You can be smart and alone.
thank you.
I'm going
Very alone.
missing the obvious. Uber Eats.
What?
Hello.
You can't get Uber
I'ma be
Eats.
hungry.
How
I'ma
is it
be
going to
fed.
get to you?
You're gonna be playing games. Blair's gonna be well read. I'm gonna be well fed.
I'm going to be eating and drinking coconuts.
Nope.
So-
Uber
yeah.
Eats, baby. I'm crushing a wheel.
How do they get
I'm
to an island?
Listen, guys, it's a
No,
fake scenario,
that's
okay?
a terrible
Oh yeah.
choice.
You want to talk reality? Who's your Wi-Fi signal?
know,
Who's your server on a desert island? Who's your internet
I'm going
provider?
to download it. So it's always, I can only play 10 levels, but that's fine.
Uber Eats, Amazon drone delivery. Okay, they're gonna drop me a wheel from the sky.
No.
I'm gonna catch it in my mouth.
But then you won't be on a desert island because you'll get saved.
I don't care. Just give me the pizza.
Okay,
I just
fine.
want the wheel.
All right.
That actually sounds pretty good. Desert island, no one bothering me.
Are you going to leave
Uber
after
Eats,
though? Because they're going to
pizza.
know you're there.
No, man, I'm
Okay, you're
staying.
still-
If anyone tries to save me, I'm waving you off.
Okay.
Keep sailing.
The Pooja and Gurdeep Show.
from 98.1 CHFI. 5 calls.
Decide it all.
5 calls decide it all. This one, it ratchets up this debate every year around this time. Poinsettias. That's what I've always called them. Starting to think I'm doing it wrong, though. Is it poinsettia or poinsettia? I know it's spelled poinsettia. It's poinsettia. What do you say, poinsettia or poinsettia? We're going to settle this once and for all. 5 calls decide it all. Diana, what do you say?
Poinsettia.
Poinsettia. How come?
It just sounds better. It sounds prettier.
It sounds fancy. You fancy,
Yeah.
Diana. Okay, your vote's been counted. Thank you. Kate, poinsettia, poinsettia.
100% poinsettia.
Okay, how come you do it? Is that the proper way?
It is. My mom has been drilling that into my head my whole life, and I'm in my late 50s.
Really? Everybody I grew up with was like poinsettia, poinsettia.
No, I know. Me too, but
Okay.
she's
Well.
a scientist, and she's a gardener, and she's always right.
Sounds like a legit source. Okay, that's been drilled into you. Kate, your vote's been counted. Thank you. Hi, Robin. Poinsettia or poinsettia?
Poinsettia.
Poinsettia. How come?
I just heard it from when I was younger. I think that's just what I've always called it.
Monkey see, monkey do. I'm the same way. That's just how I always heard it. So that's what I say. But I'm starting to wonder, am I doing it wrong?
I know the spelling kind of confused.
Yeah. Well, Robin, your vote's been counted. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Travis. Do you say poinsettia or poinsettia?
Poinsettia.
Poinsettia. How come?
That's how it was always taught.
Yeah, you and me both, Travis. Okay, your vote's been counted.
Hey.
Hi, Michelle. Michelle, no pressure, but right now our spicy debate of poinsettia or poinsettia is tied at 2. You are our 5th caller. You are deciding it all. Poinsettia or poinsettia?
Well, I grew up where we had them every year, and we called them poinsettia.
Poinsettia.
Yep.
Okay, and that because you grew up with them, so you're familiar with them, I suppose?
Yeah, very familiar. I'm always curious, and I don't understand when people pronounce it differently, because I've always known it to be poinsettia.
I just call them points, because I'm saving time. Pointas. I call them pointillas.
Hey, you're being efficient.
That's it. I'm a huge time saver. I save fractions of a second every day.
Yeah, but it doesn't always work.
Sometimes,
thanks a lot.
Sometimes it gets me into trouble. Michelle, you decided it for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Debate settled, put to bed forever. Poinsettia wins 3-2 over poinsettia. And you know what stuck out to me, Steph? All the callers who said poinsettia, and like myself included, our rationale was just, well, that's the way I've always heard it.
Yeah.
Whereas the people who said poinsettia were like, my mom's a scientist, she's a gardener, I grew up with the...
Also, it's just the correct way to say it.
The explanations just sound a lot more credible for poinsettia.
Are you going to change now how you say it?
I'm going to try to.
Are you?
Pointillas.
What?
Instead of pointas, they're pointillas.
Stop.
Also, thank you to a caller who called in to tell us there's actually a Hallmark movie that is called Poinsettias for Christmas, and we've pulled the trailer, and if they're saying it like this in the trailer, well, this might be all the proof you need.
Dad, why are the bracts green?
If the poinsettias aren't ready for the parade, we are in trouble.
Well, then we're going to have to make them ready.
This Christmas,
I'm so sorry.
will love bloom?
This might be the best Christmas ever.
Poinsettias for Christmas. Premieres Friday only on Lifetime.
So 2 things. It's
Wow.
Poinsettia, and now Pooja wants to watch that movie.
Oh, no.
Because she loves love.
The Pooja and Gurdeep Show.
Welcome to Can't Beat Gurdeep. No.
On 98.1 CHFI.
All right, let's see if Isaac from Vaughan can take $100 of my Christmas money. Isaac, good morning. Isaac,
Good morning.
You have 3 kids, and you are
I do.
You are a Leaf fan, so you, like me, enjoy pain.
You know what? It's like nails on a chalkboard watching them. It's like you don't know what to expect every night.
Without getting too far in the weeds, Isaac, I will ask the question we ask every year as Leaf fans. Is this the year?
I hope so.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I don't think this is the year. I don't think they have the defense. I don't think they have the depth this year.
I agree with.
Got to wait for Tavares' contract to expire, re-sign him at a lower number, and then the window is still open. There's the optimistic twist to this.
How about we play a game?
We are going to play a game.
And get Isaac $100.
Isaac, are you ready to win some money?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to hand you over to producer Steph. She's hosting for Pooja, who is
on vacation.
On vacation on the beach.
Okay, Isaac.
I have a lot of sympathy for you for occupying the booth with him. Like,
aw,
right?
thanks,
Can you believe
Isaac.
she just like
What? He's talking to me.
Oh, he's talking to
Yeah.
you? Oh.
I have sympathy for you. You know, I understand. You know, close quarters with him. You know, you don't know.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
All right. Well,
let's go.
you know what? I don't want to be in close quarters with him anymore. Get him out of the room, Isaac.
One of my favorite singers says he sang "My Way." So can you sort of leave the room so we can do this my way?
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well done, Steph.
Get
Frank
out of
Sinatra?
here. That's right. Here we go. He's gone, Isaac. Let's try and get you $100. Okay, if you want to buy all the 12 days of Christmas gifts in real life, it's going to cost you over $46,000. How many Lords of Leaping are there in the classic Christmas song?
5.
Dua Lipa has reportedly split from her boyfriend to focus on her music. In the Eurythmics song about empowerment, what are sisters doing?
Arm crossing.
Word out of Hollywood is that Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling are going to play Danny Ocean's parents in an Ocean's 11 prequel. What was the sequel to Ocean's 11?
Ocean's 12.
A study out of Japan says that wasabi, that spicy green condiment you dab on sushi, it can improve both short and long-term memory. In the Dr. Seuss children's book, what is served with green eggs?
Ham.
And finally, at 78, Brenda Lee has become the oldest artist in history to go #1 on the Hot 100 with Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. In Home Alone, what NBA cutout does Kevin use to make it look like he's having a party?
Michael Jordan.
Okay, we are going to bring Gurdeep back in. Come on in. Right. You ready?
Always ready.
Okay, if you want to buy all the 12 days of Christmas gifts in real life, it's going to cost you over $45,000 in 2023.
Ooh.
How many Lords of Leaping are there in the classic Christmas song?
Lords of Leapin'?
Yep.
What does that even mean?
Do you know 12 days of Christmas?
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo.
I don't know, seven Lords of Leapin'?
Dua Lipa has reportedly split from her boyfriend to focus on her music.
Oh, she's single.
In the Eurythmics song about empowerment, what are sisters doing? Well, never seen you have such a blank look on your face.
Looking for their mistas? I don't know.
Word out of Hollywood is that Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling are going to play Danny Ocean's parents in an Ocean's 11 prequel. What was the sequel to Ocean's 11?
Is it a trick question? Is Ocean's 12?
Is that your final answer?
Don't mess with me like that.
Well, don't ask if it's a trick question. Final answer?
Rhetorical. Move on.
Okay. A study out of Japan says that wasabi, that spicy green condiment you dab on sushi, it can improve both short and long-term memory. In the Dr. Seuss children's book, what is served with green eggs?
Ham.
And finally, at 78, Brenda Lee has become the oldest artist in history to go to #1 on the Hot 100 with Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. In Home Alone, what NBA cutout does Kevin use to make it look like he's having a party?
So good. It's on top of the train, and it's Chicago Bulls number 23, Michael Jordan.
Okay. We are bringing Isaac back.
I don't know.
Isaac?
Yes.
You got 3 out of 5 correct. And so did Gurdeep. You guys got the exact same ones wrong. #1, how many Lords of Leaping? 10.
You say that like
Come on, guys.
it's obvious.
You gotta remember all your Christmas carols.
What are the other 11, Steph?
11 ladies dancing, 10 Lords of Leaping. No, 9 ladies dancing.
There we go. See?
8 swans of swimming.
Ain't so
I don't
easy,
even know.
eh?
But whatever. There's a partridge in a pear tree.
And what's the other one?
And the other one is the Eurythmics song about empowerment. The sisters are doing it for themselves.
Oh, not for the mistas. I couldn't have been more wrong.
No, you're wrong.
I got it like the most wrong you could be.
Isaac, you came so close. You did as well as you could. You tied Gurdeep, but unfortunately, you didn't beat him.
Okay.
Isaac, we'll see you in the playoffs in April. Let's do it, baby.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much. That was so much fun.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
All the best. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep Show.
Listen to Pooja and Gurdeep live weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
Only on 98.1 CHFI.
Toronto's perfect music mix.